Global War 36 enthusiast here with Operation Appetite for Destruction, turn 16.5, Commonwealth. It is January 1944. The Commonwealth has 2 diplomacy rolls. First, I tried for Argentina at a 2 or lower. PB generated a 12, so I failed. Second, I tried for Chile at a 2 or lower. PBE generated a 6, so I failed. The Commonwealth has 2 tech rolls. First, I tried for anti-submarine warfare at a 7 or higher. PBE generated a 10, so I succeeded, and I advanced to stage 2. Second, I tried for long-range aircraft at an 8 or higher. PBE generated a 7, so I just barely missed. Purchases. Great Britain has 37 IPP to spend. Purchase 1 naval transport for 7. Upgrade a militia to 2, that's 9. 2 Marines for 7, that's 17. 1 fighter for 10, that's 27. Lend-lease a tactical bomber to the United States for 10, that's 37. FEC has 14 IPP to spend. 2 Gurkhas for 8. Oh, I forgot to sit out those 2 Gurkhas. Sorry about this. 2 Gurkhas for 8. Lend-lease 1 Marine to the KMT for my good buddy Boston Bruce for 4. That's 12, save 2. Anzac has 10 IPP to spend. Purchase 1 air transport for 8 and save 2. Combat movement. Here in Western Egypt, I will have 1 infantry move over to Cyrenaica. That's a walk-on for 1. And then 3 will move into Tobruk. That'll be a walk-on. I'll have to face the 2 first strike artillery, but since I'm coming in with 3, I know for sure I'll at least take that. That'll destroy that. 1 up for FEC, 1 down for Italy. Okay, then in Nubia, down here, from Upper Egypt, 3 infantry will move down into Nubia with 1 fighter from Lower Egypt. It'll land back in Lower Egypt. From Tanganyika, 6 infantry will move into Abyssinia. From Italian Somaliland, 2 infantry will move into Abyssinia. From Lower Egypt, I'll have 2 fighters. They will fly 1 to the Red Sea, 2 to Eritrea, 3 to Abyssinia, 4 land in Italian Somaliland. And the medium bomber from Lower Egypt will fly to Abyssinia and then fly back up and land in Lower Egypt. So that's that attack. Let's see. We've got an attack over here. From Anum Tonkin, 1 Anzac infantry and 1 FEC infantry will move into Cochin China. From Calcutta, 1 medium bomber will fly there and it will land in Siam. Just thinking if feel like there might be something else I'm missing. Nope, that's it. And then over here from Sydney, 1 air transport will pick up 1 airborne here in Sydney, fly 1 to C-Zone, P-72, 2 to P-71, 3 to P-64, 4 hit New Guinea. Oh, that's my medium bomber, which is also doing the same thing, air transport. So it's 4 to get there, 5, 6 land in Queensland. So it'd be 1 air transport and 1 medium bomber versus the 1 militia. I think that's everything. I'm sad that my favorite Dutch sub did such a great job for so long, but all things have to come to an end. Boy, did it have a nice lucky streak there. So let's do Tobruk. Wait, I'm calling an audible. I realized that coastal sub. I don't think he said it. I think he said this coastal sub is in C-Zone A11. Yeah, I'm going to call an audible. I'll have all my fighters fly out and kill that seaplane, and my seaplane will fly out and take one crack at that coastal. Let's try that. That was spontaneous. Okay, so the fighters, I guess it really doesn't matter. I'll fly 3 of my fighters out. 3 fighters. I think no matter what, he's going to die. I don't think it's 1 round for that seaplane. And then my seaplane against his sub. Ha! All right. So I killed 1 little coastal sub, which really doesn't matter, and the seaplane, because I don't think there's any aircraft in Western Germany. So, all right. Now let's do the 2 at 5 in Tobruk. He's got the first strike, fortification, 2 9s, miss. All right. So I take that with 3 infantry. It is not worth anything. Let's do Nubia. I've got 3 infantry in the desert at 1. Miss, and I've got 1 at 6 with the fighter. That's... Nope. He's got 1 at 2 with his militia. Miss. So 3 at 1 and 1 at 6. Hit. 2 hits and 1 at 2 in return. Miss. So far, I'm cursing myself by saying I'm having a lucky turn, but so far I'm having a lucky turn. So that gets me Nubia with 3 infantry. That is 1 up for Britain and 1 down for Italy. So 1 up to 36 and 1 down for Italy, down to 6. Let's see. Abyssinia. So I've got 8 infantry, 2 fighters, and a medium bomber versus 10 infantry and a cavalry. So let's do 8 at 1 in the mountains. 2, 4, 6, 8. Nope, all missed. 2 at 6 and 1 at 7. Shoot, 1 hit. All right, that'll be his cavalry. So he's got 1 at 2 with his cavalry. Miss, and then 10 at 4, 40 pips. One, 2, 3. All right, so I'm down to 5 infantry versus 10 infantry. God damn it. What to do? Did so abysmally bad there. I'll try 1 more round of combat. All right, 5 at 1. One hit, and then 2 at 6 and 1 at 7. Shit, 2 hits. Oof. Okay, he's got 10 at 4. 3 hits. Ah, damn it. All right, so he is down to 8. I'm going to have to retreat. Sorry, Bruce. Okay, he's at 8. And I am at 2. I'll retreat to Italian Somaliland. Alrighty. So that is the outcome here. He lost 3 units, and I lost 6 units. Ugh. All right. Then we've got the Cochin China battle. It is jungle, so I'm not penalized. 2 at 2, and 1 at 7. Hit. He has 1 at 4. Miss. So I take Cochin China, worth 1, for Britain. So Great Britain goes up to 37, and Japan drops to 39. And then the final battle is here in New Guinea. I've got the airborne at 2 because it's mountains. And the medium bomber at 7. God. All right, he's got 1 at 4 or 2? 1 at 2. Miss, barely. All right, 1 at 2 and 1 at 7. The blue is the 7. And then 1 at 2. Miss. Well, okay, I cannot complain. I think I was the luck averaged out given the situation in Italy, or in Africa. All right, so New Guinea goes back to Anzac. That's worth 1. Should have moved that chair. 1 up for Anzac to 7. 1 down for Japan to 38. I did get the coastal sub, although I don't really care about that coastal sub. So, what are we at? We've got non-combat. From A4, this Norwegian coastal defense ship will move down to A17. And from A21, the Norwegian torpedo boat destroyer will move up to A17. From London, 1 infantry will move to southern England. So that means I'll have 2 infantry in London and now 2 infantry in southern England. From southern England, this naval transport here will leave port to A22. It'll carry 2 Marines, and then it will strategic naval move to A21. A44 down here off Gibraltar. Probably no surprise. And then drop off the 2 Marines in Gibraltar. Let me go around the other side of the camera here. And go in port in Gibraltar. Meanwhile, these 2 ones that started the turn, the 2 British naval transports that started the turn in Gibraltar, will move up to A21, and they will go in port in southern England. And the guy that started the turn in port in southern England there will leave port to A21 and go down to Gibraltar, carrying 2 Marines. Drop off the 2 Marines in Gibraltar and go in port in Gibraltar. So the net effect is there's 2 British naval transports in port in Gibraltar, and there's 2 British naval transports in port in southern England. Okay. From London, let's move over the 3 fighters. Should I do that? I think I'll move over 2 of the fighters to southern England. So I have 1 fighter in London, 5 fighters in southern England. Alrighty. From Sea Zone A27, this light carrier with the tactical is going to move down to A35, and just so I don't forget, the French destroyer is going to move down there too. So why am I doing that? Because even though A27 was such an awesome place to defend all my sea zones, the German 2 subs there could hit A27, and Panzer J's 2 advanced subs and other sub could make it to A27, so I didn't want to get smoked. He could have brought his battleships, he could have brought a whole bunch of stuff. So I'm running down here. Furthermore, coming off this card, I'm going to have these 3 destroyers move over to join there in case Panzer J decides to come at me with his... oh, sorry, I'm moving those 3 destroyers in to join them in case Panzer J decides to come at me with his battle cruiser and 2 subs, which I do not think he will do. He will convoy raid, because that's what he likes to do. He's evil. Panzer J. Okay, so that's how those guys end up. But then taking 3 destroyers out of there, I'm gonna try to bolster up this group, or bolster up the Gibraltar group, because I just took 3 destroyers from them. 1 battleship and 2 torpedo boat destroyers from southern England will leave port to A21, and then they'll move down to A44 and go in port in Gibraltar. Put that on camera. So all these guys are in Gibraltar. So I got radar, I can scramble them all out to M2 in case Panzer J comes for me. All right. This is the life of England constantly. Where am I going to get attacked? I don't know why I love it so much. Okay, I did that. I did the light carrier. I moved those guys down. All right, now we got some movement over here. From Upper Egypt, we'll move back into Lower Egypt. 2 Marines and 6 anti-aircraft artillery. And then from Tanganyika, these 2 FEC naval transports will come back to Sea Zone I-5 and go in port on the lower side of Lower Egypt. Okay, and then from down here, this fighter in Cape Town is going to fly to Italian Somaliland. Okay. So far, so good. Now, over here, got an amoeba move. From Delhi, 1 infantry will move to Benares. From Benares, 1 infantry will move to Bengal. From Calcutta, 1 artillery will strategic rail move to Siam. From Annam Tonkin, this task force card of 5 FEC infantry, 3 Gurkhas, 1 Anzac artillery, 3 FEC anti-aircraft artillery, that will move to Siam. So I'm going to put this artillery on the card. from Burma, 2 FEC infantry, and 1 Anzac infantry will move onto the card in Siam. That will get me to 7 FEC infantry and 4 Gurkha. Oops, didn't put that on camera. Okie dokie. Did that, did this. Down here in New South Wales, 4 militia will move up to Queensland, 1 infantry, 1 airborne infantry, and 2 anti-aircraft artillery. All of that is in Queensland. And I think that is everything that I'm going to do. Am I missing anything? Just looking over everything. Okay, I think we are ready for placement of units in Sydney. We will put an air transport. In Calcutta, we will build the Marine and then lend-lease it. We can lend-lease it into Kwangtung. We just go out Calcutta here. Oh, can we? Yes. Well, is there a river connecting Anam Tonkin and Siam? I should have thought about this, because it would be nice if I could get it into Kwangtung. I think that would be better for Boston Bruce. Nope, there's just no connection between Siam and Anam Tonkin. So the Marine goes into Yunnan. Okay. And then I've got 2 Gurkhas going. Oh, these guys moved in. But the 2 Gurkhas get built in Burma. All right, down in Cape Town, I will build a fighter. Who knows how much it's going to take to kill those guys in Abyssinia. All right. And then I've got my stuff in England. In southern England, at this shipyard, I will build the naval transport. Import there. 2 Marines go into London. And then I'm going to upgrade 1 militia there in southern England to infantry. So now I have 3 infantry there. 6 militia in southern England and 3 infantry. All right, and then I've got the Lend-Leased tactical bomber going to the United States, leaving southern England. It'll come down to Gibraltar, then it'll go over to Puerto Rico, then, or I say Puerto Rico, but it's actually I guess I could make it all the way to Jamaica, and then from Jamaica, go through the Panama Canal and arrive in San Francisco. All right, income. So Great Britain is at 37 plus 5. Bonus income, 42. FEC is at 11 plus 2 bonus income, 13 plus 2 saved, 15. ANZAC is at 7. And they saved 2, so they're at 9. Okay, 9 for next turn. Free France. I'm not going to buy anything because I only got 1 IPP. I already moved that French destroyer from lower Egypt.